This is Autoline Daily, the show dedicated to enthusiasts of the global automotive industry. We are fast approaching a showdown over California's stricter zero-emission vehicle sales mandate that goes into effect this year. It requires that 35% of new vehicles have to be zero emission. 5 other states, Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Washington, and Oregon, also follow the mandate starting this year, and then next year, Colorado, Delaware, New Jersey, New Mexico, Rhode Island, and Washington, D.C. will join the mandate, which increases to 43% of sales. The mandate then increases 8% a year until 2035, when it becomes 100%. But this is going to be virtually impossible for those states to hit this year. EVs only account for about 20% of California's new car sales, and it's about half of that in the 5 other states that start enforcing the rule this year. And get this, automakers face fines of $20,000 for every non-compliant vehicle they sell if they don't hit their targets. Or they can buy ZEV credits from other automakers to meet the mandate. But car dealers are lobbying hard to get those states to drop their mandate. They say it's going to force them to limit the kinds of vehicles that they can sell. Thanks for a Cash for Clunkers program, new car sales are going strong in China. Automakers sold 1.7 million passenger vehicles, up 14.8% compared to last year. That suggests that sales for the year will come in around 21 million vehicles, which is about the average for the market over the last decade. NEVs, or new energy vehicles, were up almost 34% in April, capturing just over 50% of total market share. But exports were down 2.2%. The Chinese government is offering a trade-in program where car buyers can get a subsidy for trading in an old car. So far this year, over 2.7 million clunkers have been scrapped thanks to the program. And you know, one reason why Chinese exports were down may be due to this next development. Automotive News reports that German car dealers are increasingly skeptical of Chinese brands. For one thing, sales are weak. Chinese brands only account for about 1.5% of the German market, and they're barely growing. BYD planned to sell 50,000 cars in Germany this year. So far, for the first 4 months, it's only sold 7,245. Analysts say that's because Europeans, and especially Germans, place a lot of value on brand equity. Most car buyers are reluctant to take a risk on an unknown brand. Also, European automakers are coming out with more competitive BEVs and PHEVs, so German car dealers are not taking on Chinese franchises. Just to show you how tough things are going for Nissan, it's going to more than double the number of job cuts that it originally planned. Last fall, Nissan said it was axing 9,000 jobs globally and slashing production by 20%, all to cut costs. But now reports from Japan say Nissan is going to cut 20,000 jobs globally. Nissan reports its yearly earnings tomorrow, and it has already warned investors that the numbers don't look good.
There's nothing wrong with heavy metal.
Hey, lighten up.
But with world-class composite material, Teijin Automotive Technologies makes vehicles lighter, safer, and more eco-friendly.
Audi could sell the renowned Italian design house Italdesign because it needs more cash. Lamborghini, which is a subsidiary of Audi, bought 90% of Italdesign in 2010, and the Volkswagen Group got the remaining shares in 2015. Italdesign has around 1,000 workers in Italy, Germany, Spain, China, and the US. And if you want to learn more about the design firm's new offices in Detroit, check out my interview with Italdesign's Fabrizio Mina and David Kalinowski about why they came to Detroit and why its biggest opportunity for growth is actually in engineering. Stellantis is finally getting close to choosing a new CEO, and it looks like they're going in-house. Bloomberg reports that the automaker's head of North America, Antonio Filosa, is the top candidate to get the job. Stellantis has been without a CEO since December, when Carlos Tavares was invited to leave. And the automaker said it would pick a new CEO in the first half of the year. Filosa started his career at Fiat in 1999 and has been part of Stellantis' executive team since the company formed in 2021. But man, he sure has an uphill fight. Stella's sales and profits have tumbled, and the automaker lost $65 billion of market capitalization just in the last year. With the supply of rare earths potentially threatened by export restrictions from China, automakers are keenly interested in EV motors that don't use rare earths. So ZEV is launching a magnet-free motor in a fairly compact package. It creates a magnetic field in the electric motor with an inductive exciter within the rotor shaft. Creating the magnetic field within the rotor is different from most synchronous motors, and it reduces losses of energy transmission by 15%. And by not using rare earths, the carbon footprint needed to manufacture it falls by 50%. It doesn't use brushes or slip rings, and it's 90 millimeters, or about 3.5 inches shorter than a conventional synchronous motor. ZEV is making it available for 400 and 800 volt EVs. Say, we've got the latest results of our latest poll, where we asked you what you think about the idea of bringing the Yugo back, but this time as a 15,000 euro electric car. 8% of you who voted loved the idea and said you'd rock the hell out of that Yugo, but 29%, the specs on the car, like its range of only 170 miles, would make it unappealing to most consumers. 42% of you said this was just a marketing stunt, like with so many other EV startups. And 21% of you said none of the above and left your comments. Irvin Wright had an interesting point. He says, if the Yugo investors were serious about producing a small, no-frills BEV, wouldn't they choose another name? And Mingsu doesn't hold much hope for it. It will probably sell in Serbia or nearby countries, not other places, he said. And that Dave March said that it seems like a design school exercise with publicity that some journalists got too excited about. So based on your read of the situation, that new Yugo sounds like it's dead on arrival. Hey, thanks for your feedback. And a special thanks to all our Patreon and YouTube members who took part in the poll. Remember, if you'd like to become a member, it's really easy. It only costs a few bucks a month to help Autoline in our mission to provide you with the best information and insights that you can find about the global automotive industry. Anyway, that brings us to the end of today's report. Thanks for watching.
Autoline Daily is brought to you by Intrepid Control Systems. Over-the-air engineering boost your game. Teijin Automotive Technologies, the formula for better mobility. And by